You on launch page. What is she barking at? Boop. Boof. Dumb dog. Well, where's my headset? Okay, there we go. Hi. Alright. Okay, I believe we are live right now. We are going to finish up these guys pretty quickly. I don't know. No barking. No barking. So I just want to get these kind of finished up here and just show you exactly where we're at and what I'm doing. We're going to be doing a live playthrough of the 4th edition. On the 8th edition this Saturday. Tomorrow we are going to be doing skirmish. We got our skirmish rules in, so we're going to be doing AOS tomorrow. So it is like a Warhammer weekend. And also we'll have little Janice with us on Friday, which is tomorrow. I don't know how we're going to do it. I think we got her tomorrow, so the way we'll do it is probably... Oh, if I had a figure, maybe we'll do a board game tomorrow and then do 2 games on Saturday. We could break it up. I think we could. Who knows? I'll figure it out one way or another. But just look for our... Bella, what are you barking at? Well, let's just go over exactly what we done, how we get there, and how we get to this point so we can finish everything up. Once again, as always, this is sponsored by Miniature Market, who were very kind to send us this and get it to us early so we can get it and show you guys what's going on. So let's just take a quick look here, as once again we're going to be talking about how we get this painted up. And just to make sure that everybody understands, we base with a Mephiston red, and that's a Citadel color. It is the color of the Blood Angels. Then we come back and dry brush with a dry paint, which is a Kindle Flame. Once we dry brush off that, it's going to look pretty lousy. Okay, but don't get discouraged, because you have to meld those 2 colors together with a Crimson Kersberg shade. What that does is really kind of blend everything, but leaves, some really nice detail, as you can see, as we get in the edges there. Then we use a Baton Black for our guns, our holsters, and our backpacks. Whoops, get it in camera would help. Then what we do, and I'll just use another one, is we take a lead belcher and we just go over our lead belcher parts, which is the backpack and the gun handle here. Then, of course, one of the things that we like to do is we try to highlight and bring out a little bit. We do our parchments, which is, a Ushabi Bone and Zandri Dust. And depending on what we're working on, this was 4 layers. You can see that in part 2. And we just build out, and then we shade everything with a gray. As you can see here, we take an administration gray and we do all our line work. And we get the detail on our chest like we have here. That way, that black is just not sitting there. It has a little shadow by using the gray. Now for the base, all I've done is I've taken a Valar Brown and I gone around the base. And as a matter of fact, because the base was spray painted black, of course, what happens is it's going to take 2 coats. But I didn't wait for 2 coats, because all I wanted to do was I want this color to be the edging. So as you can see, I'm just going over a second time, and I'll explain to you what we used for the actual base itself. Now here's where I'm going to make a few decisions on what I want to do. Now for this dark texture, this mud texture, I use a Sterling Mud, which is a texture paint. Oops, I'm sorry. Which is a texture paint that you can get from Citadel. I really like their texture paints. It does save a lot of time and it works pretty well. Let me just move that over a little bit so we can keep on going here. So I'm actually going to finish up the rest of these bases here. So I put that on there and I let it dry. And for time's sake, I did it earlier because once again, you know, we try to wrap things up pretty quickly here. We don't want, you know, people to lose attention. I thought our last feed wasn't that great. And what I'm trying to do is make things a little bit better. We're always trying to improve things. Now, actually, I'm going to show you guys also what we're going to do as far as the next game that I'm going to paint, which we're going to be doing. Every week is going to be painting live with Rob. I will also be doing War and Pieces, but for the next couple of weeks we've had Mike doing it, and I think he's doing a great job with it. He's hitting a lot of the games that we're going to be playing, so that's kind of important. So it's really important that, you know, really make sure that we stay on schedule, which I am very, very thrilled with, that we are starting to find our niche here. So we did have a new game day today, but that'll be a part of the reveal as far as what we are going to be playing. Oops, come on. It's never too smart to put wet paint onto a paper towel, but nobody ever said I was very smart. Now there's a couple things I can do here. I can dry off this brush if I really want to, and I could probably just take, and if I wanted to, just go over the top a little bit and just try to bring out some of that mud a little bit and give it another texture and make it lighter. Kind of make the brown, make it look like they're really on a pretty disgusting planet, and just hit the high points of it and still get a pretty good result. Hi Rob in chat, painting. By the way, hi Dutch, Mike, Johan, Big Bang, Papa Bear, I see you. I think there's a couple more in here. Again, you know, just going over the top and dry brushing over that just to give it a little depth. Or I can take an administrative gray if I really wanted to, and kind of maybe give those rocks a little bit more definition. That might work a little bit better with the mud. And if I don't like it, I can always go over it with the Baylor Brown. But we can take our administrative gray and do that. So I'm also going to show you on how I'm going to put the decals on and how the best way to do that is. It's usually pretty easy to do. Let's see how this looks. All right, let me put down my headset. We're looking at me today only because I want to make sure that I get these cameras right next time we go. And we're going to be running these cameras all the time. Yeah, I think the gray works a little bit better. It kind of gives that brown, gives that stone feel to it. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. I like that. I like that a lot better. All right. Okay. And there we go. And what we're going to do here, it's just touching it just enough. Just give that a little bit of depth, and that's where you pile this stuff on. When you pile this stuff on, as far as the texture paint, it really makes a nice difference because it dries as hard as rock. It gives you that nice professional base without really working hard at it. Alright, so let's take this guy. and then we're just going to go completely over that, and I like the way that looks. And we're just going to go over. And just really blend that gray in there. Get it between the legs there. And you can see that base really starts to come out pretty good. All right. And you can see, look at the chat too. So, and you can see where that's coming through. Just over the top, which is nice. And let's just wash this off a little bit. And that's how you pretty much do these bases. They're pretty quick to do. You can, depending on what type of model it is and what you're working on, you can go, you can do the grass thing. I'll show you how to do that with the static grass, which is nice. I tend to want to do that more with the Age of Sigmar, even though that world's all completely destroyed. But is there any place happy in the Warhammer universe? Did you ever notice that? Nothing's happy in that universe. All right, so back down because we want to be able to see, and just hitting over that rock, see, and just giving it just enough, and just taking the brush, working the high spots. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to give it a little bit of a different color. There we go. Same thing here. Work that in there a little bit. Take our brush. Oh, this is almost dry, which is good. And that's how you would do those bases. I would paint them completely with the one color that you want to have around the edge, then put your mud, or you can use Astro Granite, which is gray, and darken that up a little bit, or go lighter. It doesn't matter how you do it. All right, perfect. Okay, next. Mass Coyote, how are you? The Benzu. I'm considering buying these Space Marines in Nurgle. Very, very, very nice. I would get them. Unforgettable. Goblins land. Got to be very happy when more has fun, though. Nice one. Shameless Chaos. How are you? Nathaniel, how are you? All right. Now we kind of really want to go in here, and I'm going to show you how to do some of these. Make sure I have the right thing here. Okay, that's perfect. Now, what's very nice is that they come with different sets of the decals. So I'm actually going to pull this up. So, and they show you where they all go and everything like that, which is really, really good. It helps a lot. So, in this particular instance, we are going with, well, those are the same, so that's the way I'm going to do it. Try not to cut your, there we go, your, whatchamacallit, your decals, or you want to make sure you have enough space on each side. Then cut them in half here. You want to make sure that you don't cut the decal either. There we go. So I kind of want to get all the decals kind of ready in sets. So for these two guys, which we're going to work on first, and then we'll finish up these guys. I've already put a decal because I wanted to see how they looked. As you can see, I just took and put that insignia there, and then I put the deuce in there. Oh, let me back that up a little bit. Here we go. There we go. Now, if you remember yesterday, I had painted this white, but I took a Gelman blue glaze, which I'm going to show you in a minute if I put it in here. I don't think I did. I think I put it right here. And I do want to show you. No, that's fist on. Ah, here we go. And this is a Gullman blue glaze. What I did is all I did was go over the white. All right, very lightly, and gave that that kind of blue tinge. Remember how I said I wanted to build this out, this arrow thing out. So it worked out. Here's a Dutch bloke returning to synagogue. Are you not highlighting? They look rather flat. Well, Ollie, I'm trying to just show people basically how to do these. So there we go. So what we're doing here is we are kind of pulling that out, and we just took the blue glaze and went over it. And then we're going to work a little bit more on this green and some of the parchment, and so forth and so on. Yeah, I can't get the camera any better. This is a work in progress, trying to get the camera to do what I want it to do. So let's try this. Now you see if I put it there, it just blurs out there a little bit. So let's... I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it for now. Okay. Again, we're gonna work with some different angles and stuff like that. Usually this thing's pretty good at... There we go. All right. Okay. Just trying to do the best we can here. That's all we can do. All right. Pretty close to finish, Ollie. We had part 1 and 2 for bases and layers. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else we missed here. And Dutch. We said Ice Guardian. We said hi. Tony, how are you? Okay, so we're right where we should be. Okay, cool. Yeah, it could be the camera. Again, we're getting ready to play, so now on the other side they have these 2 yellow drops here, so we want to make sure that we cut that out. Of course, what would it be? It wouldn't be a stream without these stupid dogs drinking. Haven't drank all day. They've slept all day. Unbelievable. Mother. Alright, there we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut out this green insignia here. That's going to go on the standard bearer. Again, being very careful how we cut it out. And then we're going to cut out our another one for that for the standard bearer. And we want to cut out a couple of these campaign badges. So we'll cut that out. And we'll get to those next. Now on the back there, we're actually going to cut these out. But we got to be careful because they're pretty small. Because that's going to go on the back of the backpack. There we go. Alright, so you want to make sure that you have a pair of tweezers as well. There's that, there's that. I want to cut that out. Oh, no, that's already been used. And I feel I'm missing something here. Oh, okay. I see what I'm missing. I see what I'm missing. Got to get our squad markings, because what's life without squad markings, right? So I'm going to cut those out. These are kind of a weird shape in here. So I'm going to cut one out. Make sure I didn't catch that one. And I'm going to cut that one out. There we go. Alright, so first things first. That goes there, that goes there. And I like to do them and bring them out. Is there Pavlov drill? Yeah, probably knowing them. Chip, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you. They save it for the background performance. Yeah, I think so. They're something special, those dogs. Okay, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this off. And again, you can detail these even more. I would take a fire orange and kind of lightly go around. But the way I showed you, I was trying to show you a simple way how to do this that is quick and you can get them to the table and they look decent. All right, we're not trying to win any awards here. And that's what I want people to paint. I don't want people to be intimidated by some of the models that they see. And I tried to show you in 3 parts how easy this is to do by dry brushing the detail instead of, you know, sitting there trying to do it a different way. So, there you go. We can only do what we can do. So the first thing we're going to do is, let me just move this over a little bit. We're going to take some water and I'm just going to get it on the decal here. Alright, now there's a couple ways you can do it. You can grab your tweezers and dip it in, which is just as good. I always find that works as well. You just dip it in there. Then we're going to take, now usually I have some what do they call it? Ard? Is that what they call it? Hard something or another? But it dried up on me, so I didn't have it for today. So I'll probably just go and cover these over eventually. But right now, all we're trying to do is just show you how to do this. And you just want to keep on making sure that you got enough water there. You have a little water on that shoulder blade. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick up your decal using your tweezers. And then, of course, using your brush here. And just kind of get it on there. And now you want to get a little water on there. Not too much, but you want to kind of move it around so that gets right in there. And that's all there is to it. Make sure it's good and flat. And if you notice, I'm going to put down my visor to make sure I see it. I want to make sure that it sits there really well. You got to be careful because it will move around on you. So once you get it where it is, make sure that you got it pretty good. And then you move on to the other side. Make sure you got water on and it didn't dry in time. And then we're going to take and flip this over. And we're going to make sure that this moves. And then we're going to put our drop in there. And you just see all you're doing is just moving it around. Now because you have the water there, you can move it around. If you don't have water there, you're going to have a problem moving it around. And that's where you'll run into a problem because it'll go on and it'll just dry. Right now I can move it around, make sure I get it where I want it. and be happy with it. There we go. There we go. Next thing I want to do is, well, we could put that there. So we're going to move some water over there onto his right leg. We're going to take, and I'm hoping we're able to pick this up. That. Okay, there we go. So we're using that one. And like I said, make a pile of all the ones that you want to put in there. And you want to make sure that you get it right where you want it. And you can just put a little bit on his leg there, because you want that to sit on the side of the leg. You're going to move this around a little bit until it gets loose. Usually takes about 30 seconds or so. That's all it takes. Ooch, these Marines are looking good. I don't play 40K anymore, but watching these videos or stream is always nice. These are Blood Angels. That is correct. R.A. Klein. And by the way, welcome aboard here. It's always nice to have you in there. All right, there we go. So we got that moving. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn him on his side. We're going to make sure that we have the water there. And then we're just going to slide that. First of all, can you guys see that? Let me move that back a little bit. And all I'm doing is just moving it in there. There we go. And just going to move that around a little bit. It's not exactly where I want it. There we go. There we go. And just use your brush. You can take a little water off. And just move it around. There we go. You can get the edge of it and slide it till you get it to the position that you want. And that's right where we want. Then the knee pad here, we're going to put some water on there. Now this one's going to be a little tougher because make sure you pile up your dead ones so you know they're dead. This is a pretty small one, so what we want to do is we dunk it in there. Give it a few seconds. I look at the chat in the meantime and see what's up. These are looking beautiful. Have to run and get supper ready. See you all soon. Bon appetit. Coyote. Very good. I almost got that out correctly. Nice. I'll check the first few parts. The second part is kind of boring, but I kind of went over how we did this in the beginning of the stream. They're being putzes, so be ready. The girls. I think they keep hitting the door for something. Sorry. They're being good girls, yes. So again, we're going to lay this down in a position that we can control this. And remember, everything from painting all the way through is about having brush control. So now that's nice and loose. I want to turn it so it goes right on. I'm just going to pull slowly my brush, and then boom. We're able to get that in the knee pad. Feel pretty good about it. By the way, we're going to, I think part of the problem is I have to adjust OBS. This is a new machine, a new version of OBS, and I think that's why we're having a little bit of problem lately. But I will promise you I will get it under control. All right, there. So we got that on there. We got on the right hand side and then on the left hand side exactly what we want. Now, one last thing is on his very back here, he has a little plate area. So that's where that little flag's going to come in. So we're going to get our pair of scissors, and this is very, very small. So you got to really have some control here. So especially with this, I'm going to hold this the whole time with the tweezers. Make sure you have a pair of tweezers. It really does make your life that much easier. I'm going to dunk in the water over here. And we're just going to go over this a little bit. Alright, we're going to wait for this to start to move again. Alright, there we go. And there we go. And we're going to put him face down, which will be the best way to do it. I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see, and just look what I'm doing. I'm just moving my brush and very slowly. Now that's the thing that you didn't want to happen, is the brush to pick it up off the paper. You want to slide it on. Now I made a mistake there. I had not enough water on there, but fortunately I was able to make the adjustment because I had enough water on the model, so it grabbed it pretty quickly. And if you see right there, you can see that we have the little insignia right in there. Tammy, they have not drank water all day until...
It's your cue for it.
Yeah, they know, oh, Dad's going to be on right now, so let's have some water. Okay, just want to adjust that a little bit. That's in there pretty good. Their eyes are painted. There we go. So we're going to leave him here. Now, this guy here, we're going to want to take... Which one are you? Gabby? Enough.
Gabby, come.
Just wouldn't be a stream unless they're drinking. So we got this, which is going to look... Boy, oh boy, why is this so doggone blurry? Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to dunk that in there. Again, and then I'm going to slide over a little bit so I can kind of move this around. Again, making sure the area is well lubricated is key here. And there we go. Let's just dunk that in there a little bit more. There we go. And just keep that area good saturated. Move that around a little bit. I don't have the patience for those decals. Sorry for the delay. Yoda, I guess increase for 1 month on the Patreon is the way to go. A quick email or Rob explain should be fine. Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't see something. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now that that's moving, remember what I said. You want to slide it on to there. There we go. Put that down, then we're going to pick this up. And we're going to start moving this around the pad. And remember, because we have the wet underneath there, it's going to make it a little easier to get this to go on there. There we go. Bless you. Well, at least you're not drinking water. Alright, then the next thing we're going to do for our dear friend here. So you're going to get on the shoulder pad. Now, sometimes, depending on how the thing is, you want to cut a little bit of slot in there so the decal bends around properly. And sometimes just putting a little cut in the middle so it bends around, especially on a shoulder pad. It'll help a lot. You'll be surprised how much it'll help when you're trying to put that on there. And because the flag's in the way, I'll do the best I can. I apologize for this. Maybe if I do this. There we go. Soak it up a little bit. This one's kind of tricky for you guys to see. but it's going to go on there. And it's a weird position, but because we have the water there, we can move it around. And that's going to help us a lot. And making that little cut helped a lot too, because it's a big bend. So as you can see, I'm just kind of moving that around. You don't want to be too hasty. You want to be slow. If you go too fast, you will pull it off really quick, and that's not going to do you any good. All right. Papa Bear. I'll check the comments in a minute, Papa Bear. I'm sorry if I'm missing something. So there we go with that. We can put that guy down there. Let's see what else there was. So pretty much, basically, that's kind of how we're going to go about. That's how we'll go about it and put all those decals on these guys. One other thing that I was going to show you guys is how to put the eyes in very quickly. And you're going to need a really, really small brush. Something that is really going to work for you as far as doing this, because these eyes are tricky. Now that's not small enough. I've got some very small brushes, particularly this guy right here that I like to use. And make sure, check your brush. Like, I don't feel that that's going to be good enough. You know, see how you're feeling. You know, maybe you had a rough day at work or something like that. You know, sometimes you're dead on, sometimes you're just not. I'm going to take a new brush for this one. Alright, so particularly for their eyes, what I like to do is I will take, I believe I have it over here. Because it's red, I like to go with the green. So I have a Way Watcher green here. And hopefully I can find, no, not Screaming Skull. We're going to take some white scar. Just the most minute bit of white scar that you possibly can. We're going to shake it up. Shake it up real good. We're going to take a little water here. This we want. This is a new brush. I want to make sure I get a good edge there. I'm going to take some of that white scar. I'm going to put it here. Add a little water to it, just a little bit. Take a little bit more of it. Add it in there. I want to keep the brush nice and wet. And what we're going to do here, I hope you guys can see this, is all I'm going to do is just on the inside here, I'm just going to dab just some white in there. On that side. And then I'm trying to get the other eye socket there. And I'm just going to go in very quickly into that socket. I'm going to fix this one a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then let's do the same for our friend here. Oh, see, that one's still dry. And you just want to get enough white in there. Let me move them out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. And just with that sharp brush, just work it in there. And the same thing on the other side. Take a little bit here. Make sure your hand's steady. Try to keep it as steady as you can. Have good control over the model. And there you go. And there you go. So we got that in there. So we're going to let those dry for a few minutes. This is a very easy technique, especially for the eyes. You want them to glow. And that's what we're going to achieve here. Wood painting the eyes Storm Host Silver and putting the gem paint over them work? I've never tried it. Maybe it would. That sounds pretty cool. Just joined. Which chapter is he painting? I am painting the Blood Angels. I'm sorry. Sorry, I lost my mind there for a minute. Okay, let's close up our white scar real quick. There we go. And we're just going to dry off this nice brush here. Boy, I'm glad I got this. I'm going to get another one like this. And while we're waiting for that to dry a little bit, I guess we could just put another decal on. Save us some time later on, right? So again, because of the roundness, it doesn't hurt to take and put a little cut down the middle because of the shoulder blade. There you go. That's all you want to do there. And dunk it in the water. Take your brush, put a little on there, like so. There we go. All right. Let's see. And there we go. And we're just going to wait till this moves. Remember, keeping this nice and moist. That's the most important thing here. Just keeping it nice and moist. And there we go. See how that just slid there? But that cut really helped because now, because I put a little cut in the middle, because of the roundness of the shoulder shoulder pad, that little cut in there makes a big difference. And we're just going to turn them around. Going to do the same thing here. And we'll do this. And these are really nice because they're a lot bigger model. All right, there we go. And we're just going to wait for that. Wait for it. Start moving a little bit. And we're going to move that around. Come on. We want it to be nice and loose. We just don't want it to move a little bit. We want it really to move freely. So we're going to wait, but we're going to make sure that we keep this wet here too. There we go. And boom. You just slide that on there. And because we have the water underneath, it'll move pretty good for a bit. See? Sometimes it moves a little bit too much. But boom. That's all we needed to do. That's all we wanted to do. And you want to get those pads on there. I mean, jeez, they look cool. Why not, right? And then we'll cut this off, and then we'll finish up with a little last bit there. Especially with this knee pad, you want to cut into it a bit because that's going around on a round knee there. So we want to make sure that we get that on there. So again, dunk it in. Where's our guy here? Gonna lay him down on his back. We're gonna get a little of that on his knee pad there. There we go. We're gonna wait for that to move. And we're gonna move that around a little bit. All right. Leland, for those new, oh, he's handling all the duties there. That's cool. Blank Google, because this is a family show. How early did you get this set? Oh God, I think I got it Monday. Our wonderful sponsors took care of us, thank goodness. We do have a great sponsor in Miniature Market if you get a chance. They got that game coming in real soon. And I'm part of the review corner there, so they take very good care of us, and they'll take very good care of you. Now, I'm just going to move this around. I got a little bit too much water on there, and that'll cause it to float. So you want to be careful of that too. And we're just going to move that there and put that in there, and there we go. Hey, Janice. Hi. All of a sudden you're quiet.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go. All right. And you can see that goes right on there pretty good. Now, what else do we have here? Oh, we've got to finish up those eyes, don't we? All right. Now you see we got those white eyes. Well, let's move this back here. Move this back here, and I'll finish up the rest of the badges and stuff like that later for those guys. But I think you guys got a good idea how this works, how it goes on. Now, to really get those eyes to stand out, this is a glaze. It's Weight Watcher green. It works very well against white. Surreal at Robert Horn, do you do commissions? Where are you located? I am located in Central Florida. Lovely Central Florida. Well, it's not that central. Okay, so now all we're going to do, always check your brushes if you don't like them. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab another one here. Oh, there we go. This'll do it. Okay. So we're going to get this glaze. We're going to shake it up a little bit. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get a good amount of this glaze on. And all I'm going to do, and this is such a simple thing, and it gives that glowing effect, is over the white, I'm just going to put that green glaze. And now it doesn't, that white pops it out a little bit and gives it that nice, good glow. When that dries, it'll dry nice. Have you ever been to Ireland? A very, very long time ago. Very long time ago. Beautiful, beautiful country. And we're going to do the same thing with this guy. It's just getting that white on originally. And even if you make a little bit of a mistake, that green will help clear, take care of that mistake a little bit that you make. But as you can see, whoops, you can see those eyes now glow and they stand right out. Now another little thing that you can do, if you're unhappy with the way you're so lucky, east, west, or central, my folks snowbirds are in Fort Myer. I am north and to the east of them. I'm about 3 hours from Fort Myers. Okay, so another thing that I want to show you guys real quick is you don't always have to if I can find it very quickly. This is live, so everything kind of goes in slow-mo sometimes. Alright, there we go. I'm going to pull out my little paint rack here. I have a nice box that really keeps it. Orange Troll, no, we don't want to use that. That's too much. Alright, we just got to find the right color that we're looking for. And it's not in that one. So it's got to be here. And by golly, I'm sure it is. I'm sorry for the hesitation there, folks. Fire Dragon Bright. Now this is where I was talking about a little earlier. If you want to, you can take this to another level if you like. Okay? And like I said, I just try to keep things nice and simple for our beginners out there. Because actually, this is pretty much painting 101. All right. And what we want to do is we want to take this off almost. Okay? And if you wanted to do some edging or some highlights, you can really do it by just getting the edge of your brush and just kind of building them in there too. And I just went a little thick there. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes. Guess what? So do I. And you could just kind of work it in the top there. Just go over your already highlights. If you want to bring a little more in there, like around here, just to make that stand out a little bit. It'll work a lot. Or again, because we did the wash, you can actually maybe go over with a little bit more. And just take that. And just take the edge of your brush and just the very edge, and just work it down. And that'll start giving you some nice edging in there. You see how we start to get a little bit of edge around there, and you can work around there. You can play around right here. See how the edge starts to, by just taking the edge of your brush, and you can start building. You can start building out, and that's how you can bring out some of those edging on there. Or you can just leave them just the way they are, and give them a good crack on the field, especially with all the extras that we put on there, and get them ready to go. Like we said, it's not bad for a nice beginning job. That's all you want is a nice beginning job to get them out on the field and get them working, and that's what we really want to do. And there you go. So that's pretty much it. That's the easy way of doing it. There's 15 different ways you can paint these guys. Okay? And there's a lot of different ways. I tried to show you a quick way that you can put an army together, and I think I've only done this for about 3 or 4 about 2 hours. 2 hours a night with you guys. The only thing I did was just put the red on by myself. But pretty much that's all there is to it. It was a couple hours to do like 25 models. And just doing it that easy way. And that's how it works. Thank you very much, Incredible B. Oh, let's get these guys over in where we can see them, huh? We worked hard enough on them. So I only have a few more guys to do, but I've been taking my time because I'm basically trying to teach more than do anything else. So there we go, and you can see we have a little squad there, kind of ready to go with our commander, our standard bearer, and 2 guards. There you go. Now, what's the next thing that we're going to paint? Well, I think we're going to try to start on Monday before I leave for Origins. Remember, if you see me at Origins, come say hi. And a matter of fact, hold on for a second. And if you do, maybe you'll get one of these. I want to thank Leland for our business cards. We actually have business cards now. So we'll be handing some of those out at Origins, trying to make people see where we are and what we do. We do a lot of great things with our patron. We paint games for you. We give away games. When I come back, we're going to be giving away some more games. And we have to thank Miniature Market for helping us with that. Matter of fact, we have to thank Miniature Market because they provided us with the next thing that we're going to paint. And what are we going to paint? That's right. I don't think anybody's really painting this one because nobody wants to go near it. and that's Dark Souls, the board game. So we're going to be painting this up. We're going to be taking a good look at it and breaking it down. Now, I heard it's an impossible game, but we're going to give it a good crack. We're going to go right at it, and we're going to be working on this. We're going to start on Monday. I'll be back on Sunday, and then that following Monday we will continue again until we're ready to play that weekend. How many miniatures are in here? 27? No problem. We could do that in 3 days. We will speed right through it, and we're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna get going this Monday, so I hope you guys will join me as we will be painting Dark Souls live. So we're always doing something cool. We're always doing something fun. And we're going to be playing this Friday, tomorrow, which is actually tomorrow. We're going to be playing, I believe we're playing Age of Sigmar. We're going to be using the skirmish rules. We're going to see how they're going to go, how they work. So we're going to try that out a little bit. Then Saturday, we're going to try out and we're going to teach how to play the 8th edition. See if it's for you. See if it's something that you enjoy and something that you're going to find that you like. That's the most important thing. They came out with this new edition. Is this going to be worth investing your money into? Well, we're going to take a look at it on Saturday. Monday, we are going to be painting our Frontier Dark Souls, like I said. Put it up again so you can see it. Make sure you subscribe so you can watch all this stuff if you are not a subscriber. And then I'll be at Origins from Tuesday to Sunday, but Mike will be doing things on the channel. He'll have another War and Pieces where he'll be talking about the second starter kit for ASL, which we're building into actually playing some ASL live. So this is a war game, this is a board game, and a painting miniature channel, tabletop channel. We do a little bit of it all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon. So that's it for this is going to go up on Review Corner. You can see this as a tutorial. It'll also be here on the channel. I want to thank you guys as we walked you all the way through on how to paint Space Marines Blood Angel style in a simple, easy Painting 101 forum. So I hope you enjoyed it this week. We'll see you guys tomorrow when we play. Until then, I'm Rob Warren. We'll see you soon.